The differences between the sexes. There is no question that men and women differ. There are volumes devoted to the subject, and it seems that every other program on television addresses the vast differences between men and women and how they can live together in harmony. The differences that exist between the sexes can cause some friction, but the more that men and women understand each other, the better they can work and live together. Carol Gilligan explored some inherent differences between men and women in her book In a Different Voice, where she explains the ethics of justice and the ethics of care. She cited several psychologists' experiments which tested young boys and girls to discern the differences between them. It seems that the differences are apparent in young children, even toddlers. One particular experiment that she discusses involved school-aged children who were presented with a moral dilemma and then asked questions. At the conclusion of the experiment, it was determined that males have a tendency to subscribe to what is called ethics of justice. They focus on logic and reason, little emotion plays into their decision-making. Females, on the other hand, have a tendency to subscribe to what is called the ethics of care. They are relationship-oriented and their decision-making is based primarily on emotion. There are also differences in the way males and females define their identities. If you ask a boy or man to describe themselves, they will typically begin with their job or position. Girls or women, on the other hand, will begin by listing their relationships. For example, a man will say he is CEO of X company, while a woman is more apt to say that she is a wife and mother. The male and female brains are also very different. The male brain is very focused, using specific parts of a given hemisphere in order to complete a certain task. The female brain, on the other hand, is more diffused in nature and uses various portions of both hemispheres to complete several tasks. This allows the woman to multitask while the man is generally only able to accomplish one task at a time. Scientists speculate that this difference is due, at least in part, to the fact that the men are traditionally the providers for the family. They focus on that one task while women raise the children, keep the home and take care of the family. Women typically have many different tasks that they complete. The question here is, what influence is at play? Is it nature or nurture that molds the male and female into their respective roles? Because of these differences and the unique way that the male and female brains are constructed, each sex falls naturally into the traditional gender roles. It is believed that nature is what guides a man to get a job and provide for his family, while that same nature guides a woman to desire children and take care of the home. It is thought that these multiple roles taken on by women cause significant levels of stress that are partially responsible for the widespread loss of sexual libido that often accompany women after marriage. Sexual response between the sexes is also considerably different. Men tend to respond more to visual stimuli, while women respond to feelings, sensations, and scents. It is the man's attraction to the visual that leads to the success of lingerie and seductive clothing, while romance novels and chick flicks have a vast female audience. Despite the obvious and many differences between the sexes, there is no argument that there is a symbiotic relationship that exists. Like the yin and yang, male balances female and vice versa. The differences overlap, complementing the contrasting gender. That's what makes the world go round.